My name is Marita Joyce, and this is my new YouTube video for books. I'm going to be talking about all genres of books in this YouTube channel, okay? I'll be talking about fantasy, young adult, I'll be talking about fiction, nonfiction. I will say that my favorite type of book to read is a nonfiction book. I'm definitely a nonfiction reader. However, I don't like to just stereotype myself as one type of genre reader because I read all kinds of books. Right now, I'm currently reading 50 Shades of Grey by E.L. James, and this book is pretty weathered. I take it everywhere I go. I finished it today, so this is one of my reads for January. And I'm also reading Thank You for Being Late by Friedman. And this is a really, really, really good book. I joined a book club because one of my goals was to read more this year in 2018. And the book club read is the Friedman book. It's the Thank You for Being Late. That's the book I'm reading for my book club. The E.L. James 50 Shades of Grey is just one that I'm reading for personal enjoyment. That is a part of my goal. I want to read more for personal enjoyment. I'm currently in school, so most of the books I read are assigned to me by my professors, and it's quite a lot of reading, but they're of textbooks. So I had a goal to read more for enjoyment, and that's exactly why I'm starting this channel. I want to talk about books. I want to talk about writing books. I want to talk about the different genres of books, the characters of books. I love reading, so I'm very, very enthusiastic about this. I'm excited, and I hope that you guys will be just as excited as I am. Now, let's move on and talk about the name of my channel. There are two reasons that I chose the name that I chose. My channel's name is Marita Joyce Reads Minds. The first reason is that I think reading is so important. Specifically, I am a champion of nonfiction reading. Books are a part of other humans. They're a way for us to gain secondhand knowledge from other people. So in terms of learning, books are extremely important because you can learn from others' mistakes from books without having to make those same mistakes. If you're a business owner, you can learn how to run a business and, totally avoid some of the pitfalls and things like that that others have been through because they've written about those things. There's advice. When I was a young child, I would ask my mom all these fantastic questions. At least I thought they were fantastic. And she'd always say, go find it in a book. She'd always say, Marita, everything you want to know is somewhere in a book. And it was so frustrating to me at the time, but it really sparked my love for reading, and it sparked my imagination, and it just basically fueled my desire for knowledge. And so I'm very thankful for her for doing that for me. So one of the things that I thought about also when thinking of the name of my channel was that, one, like I said before, you're learning. Reading a book is like reading the mind of some of the most brilliant people in the world. And secondly, I used to be a psychology major. I was a psychology major in college. And I would meet people and they would ask me, well, what do you major in? And I would say, I'm majoring in psychology. And of course, they'd want to know why. But one of the things that struck me as strange was that people would always, when they found out I was a psychology major, they would assume that I'm either analyzing them or reading their mind. And let me tell you, there are endless people out there who believe that you're taught to read minds in school. And I will tell you right now, you're just not taught to read minds when you major in psychology. It would be greatly beneficial if we were, but we're absolutely not taught to read minds. So that's kind of the first thing that popped in my head when I thought about naming my channel was, first off, we're reading the minds of some of the greatest and most brilliant minds in the world when we access books and we read them. And secondly, because I love psychology so much, I'll be reading a lot of psych books. I'm a nurse, so I'll be reading a lot of books written by nurses and written by others in the medical field. It just popped in my mind that Marita Joyce Reads Minds. Like, that was just the name for this channel. So that's how I came up with the name for this channel. I'm really excited about books. I want you guys to come on this journey with me. Like I said before, I'm in school, so I read a lot. but they're generally textbooks assigned to me by my professors. They're not really books for enjoyment, and they take up a lot of my time. Like, I spend a lot of time studying and learning, and I find that the more time I'm studying and I'm engrossed in my text, which I really enjoy, I'm not getting a whole lot of just free time to just read the way I used to read. And so that was one of the reasons I decided to start this channel, was to get myself back into reading for enjoyment as opposed to reading so that I can get a grade and things like that. So I'll be doing book reviews, I'll be doing book hauls, I'll be talking about all genres of books, nonfiction, fiction, young adult, anything you can think of that you can get your hands on to read, I will be talking about and reading here on this channel. So join the book club. I'm reading 1 book a month. That's one of my goals. In addition to the 1 book a month that I'll be reading for my book club, I will also be reading just 1 other book just for enjoyment. The reason I chose joining the book club was because I felt like that would force me to read books that I don't normally read, and I can step outside of my comfort zone and read something that I wouldn't ordinarily pick up. For instance, this book, I would not ordinarily pick this book up, but I've learned so much from reading this book, and I think it was a great choice. I'm very excited. I'm midway through the book. I stopped here, and I do dog ear my pages, so yeah, there you have that. And I take books everywhere I go, so any free time I get, I am reading. 1 book a month, 2 books a month. I know that doesn't sound like a whole lot to you, a lot of you other readers out there who read a tremendous number of books. But like I said before, I'm in school, and so I have a lot of reading to do that pertains to my studies. And I don't want to distract from my studies. I want to read more, but at the same time, I don't want to jeopardize my education. So there you have it. So I'm hoping you guys will join me on this journey, and I hope that if you love reading as much as I do, you will gain something valuable from this channel. I look forward to seeing you guys on the next video. Bye.